My name is Chidiogo Akunyili. I am from Nigeria, and I am here because I was invited to represent the voice that is very important for this conversation, which is not only the voice of entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs, but people working in a very important space, in my case, of empowering women, building a community that is really about supporting women on life skills needed on their professional and personal development journey. And that's the work I do in the organization that I founded called She Roars. And Roars here stands for Reimagining Our Africa Rising. And this organization really at the core supports women on this renaissance of the African continent that we all seek. And at the core is the role of women in achieving this renaissance. So I'm here to share, to learn, to listen, to explore all the different models that work and that can allow the scalability that not only I need, but the women that I work with. And this is all in an effort to ensure a multiplier effect that can propagate the ideals that we need for a renaissance of the continent and of the world. An organization can become a citizen organization if at the core it's led by values that are values that citizens themselves embody. So if you think of a country where the citizens have values that might not support a positive evolution or progress of the country, then it's very difficult for the business to be different. We're all just echoes of the environments that we find ourselves in. So I think only if on the individual level, on the citizen level, on the government level that supports a healthy citizenship as much as citizens are healthy citizens, there's responsibility. And this individual responsibility begets responsibility in business, it begets responsibility in the public sector. So I believe it starts with people. It was Rumi that said, yesterday I was smart, I wanted to change the world. Today I'm wise, I'm changing myself. So I think only if individuals take personal responsibility for the world that they want to see and they know that they have a role to play, that we do not abdicate responsibility to the other person, to the government, to the big business, but everybody understand that we are all an intricate part of the puzzle and we work together, and only working together can we go the distance. Ubuntu is the philosophy that speaks to this, the beauty of our shared humanity and everyone playing the role that they can in the betterment of all. Absolutely. I think one that comes to mind very quickly is called Africa Leadership Academy, started by a gentleman called Fred Swanica, who is from Ghana, if I'm not wrong, yes. And he's a citizen that had a vision. We all speak in the African continent of the problem of leadership. Well, we can complain until we turn gray and die on how there's a challenge of leadership, or we could do something about it. And what did he do? He came up with a concept of training leaders. 6,000 leaders by 2050, I believe is the expression he uses. And imagine what 6,000 conscious, ethical leaders can do in transforming the continent. Imagine what one person can do in transforming a continent, let alone when you have an army of people working towards that goal. So this was one man's vision. And within that, it will be 6,000 people's vision. And within that is another 6,000. I'm not even part of the academy, but it's also a vision that I buy into. So I think that's one example of citizenship entrepreneurship, taking ownership of the role that one has to play, doing that effectively, because to date, they've expanded across the continent, have students from all over, graduating leaders that are going on to do great things as entrepreneurs, as political leaders, as business leaders. So I look to his example as an inspiring one, because I believe that the change we seek is a butterfly effect of changes. So how do you create that enabling environment that can allow more leaders to come on, more change to come on, and more begets more, and that's the scale we need. we need as many players as we can coming on board to work towards change. The work that I do with my organization, She Rose, and the priority is really to say, at the core is the individual. Do they believe in themselves? Do they believe in their ability to change things? And She Rose really identifies that because of the history of marginalization, you might have insecurities that prevent women from really scaling up to their true potential in terms of the work and the contribution that they can bring they can bear to the front. So that being said, I play my role because I live what I preach, and what can we all do? My skill is in the space of personal empowerment, really helping people identify where their blocks are, the things that prevent them from reaching their full potential, and working on a skill that is a community level to not just work with individuals, but bring those individuals together to support each other on a journey that is very important of the individuals be empowered in the role that they have to bring about change, and for us individuals to transform into community, and community becomes such a powerful pillar for change. So this is my belief in the work that I do, and the work that, by extension, I instigate a butterfly effect for other women to do. And women are at the core of so much. So when you empower a woman, you empower a community. To every day know that it is not for the other person. It is not for the government. It's not for the international organizations. It's not for the big business. I have a role to play. So I've stepped literally into that role. And what can I do to really support the change that I want to see? And how do I do that? Is working with women across Africa, Pan-African, across the diaspora, and also letting them know that you can do it. You can do it. Why? Because we all have our special gifts and skill sets and responsibility and power. So how do you connect to it for yourself, to your passion, and how do you bring this to the front?